Can you imagine? Christmas is less than 2 weeks away. Time to start planning the holiday feast. For many of us, that may include some stuffing. So here with some inspiration is Executive Chef Paul McGreevy from Starbelly Open Kitchen and Lounge. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It smells so good already.
Yeah, it's a great smell first thing in the morning,
It really
right?
is, isn't it? So you've got a few options of stuffing for us. Lots of inspiration here, but let's start over here because you're going to get this going on the stove.
Yeah. So
what have we got here?
So what we're going to do is a roasted apple, bourbon, thyme, shallot, brown butter sort of stuffing.
Oh, that just sounds amazing.
So we're going to start with what some might think is not enough butter, or maybe too much. We're going to let that go and let it start to melt.
Okay.
We really want it to start to brown, and then you'll smell it. It gets a little bit nutty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right?
Oh, that's
Lots
so
of aromas
nice.
there.
Okay, wonderful.
So let that continue to do its thing.
Okay, so while that's doing that,
we can talk about this.
can we talk about these guys?
So,
okay,
some
maybe we can get a shot of
alternatives
this
to
one.
stuffing.
Yeah.
You know, we have our traditionals and our favorites. Obviously, our moms always
Obviously,
do it best.
That's right.
But we have a brioche and bacon one with
Brioche
some caramelized
and
and shallots.
Ooh, yum.
Now, from there we go, you know, very sort of, let's say, French, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
From there we roll into something that's got a little bit more flair. It's actually chorizo, pickled peppers, and cornbread with ancho chilies.
Oh, that just sounds exciting.
So it's a little different, you know, it sort of brightens up the meal. Just something, a little bit of heat, a little spice. And then I have this other one that is actually my family tradition.
Oh, amazing. I wonder, Darren, can we get a shot of this guy over here?
This one's actually, it's sausage.
It's sausage, so it's like a meat stuffing.
Yeah, because you don't get enough meat with the turkey,
Right.
so you got to add a little bit more, right?
Just add some more in there.
Yeah,
Why not,
so
right?
It's a family tradition. My grandmother did it. My mom does it.
No
we do it every
kidding.
year. I love it. It's one of my favorite, and it's one that you would actually cook in the bird as opposed to external.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
Get some of those flavors.
Get some of those flavors, all those juices flowing
Exactly.
through. Okay, so now I can smell the butter.
Okay, so I'm going to throw in some shallots. And then we're also going to add a little bit of fresh thyme at this point, just to sweat it out.
Okay.
So we just want to get those softened. Now remember, obviously we're going to cook this again. We're going to use a casserole dish like this.
Okay,
so,
right.
But I like to pre-roast my apples, and sometimes I smoke them a little bit.
Smoke them?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, there's lots of different tools you can get now. There's smoking guns, or you can set up a little smoker in your backyard. It's pretty easy. Just soak some wood chips, start a little fire even on your barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
And then just let it smolder and set it off to the side. So you get a little bit of color.
Okay.
And then we're going to throw those in there right now. And we'll get those.
Yum.
Now, every other stuffing, you got to have a little bit of stock. So I take my giblets, make a little stock. That's going to go in here as well. I really want it to get moist enough that as it bakes, it caramelizes on the top, but not so wet that it's like porridge.
Mushy.
Yeah, right.
You don't want mushy.
So now the other secret ingredient is
one of my favorite things.
mine as well. Bourbon.
Right. A little bourbon.
A little bit of bourbon
just
in there.
Just a little shot.
Just a touch.
So what does that do? Just sort of brings out the flavor a little bit and adds to it?
Yeah, you know, I find a lot of bourbons now, or well, I always have, but some of them have more vanilla flavor. Some of them have more sort of caramel toffee. And
or
then
smoky
you have that,
flavor even.
Right, and then you throw that with something that's nutty from the brown butter, and then you got a sweetness from the apples, and it just sort of helps tie it all together.
Oh, delicious.
And if you add wine, you have acidity to deal with.
Right. Oh, so skip the wine altogether. I like it.
It depends on the person, right?
Okay, sure.
Oh, I missed one there. I got to run away. So this is actually just a rye bread.
Oh, rye bread.
Yeah, that we took and we just dice up. A little bit older, so it absorbs a little bit more moisture. And at this point, I add my stock.
Right.
That would come up to a simmer. And then we would check our seasoning. I already know for a fact it needs a little bit of salt.
Doesn't everything always need a little bit of salt?
Yeah,
Let's be clear.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's okay.
So we would get this up, we get it all simmered, it starts to come together, and it looks like one nice mixture. Once that's ready, gotta let it cool just a small amount.
Is that right? Why is that?
Well, we're gonna add an egg to it, and it helps bind it together.
Okay.
And then from there, we spoon it into this dish.
Yeah.
Pop it in the oven, no more than 25 to 35
Is that right?
minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
especially if you're finishing your bird off, it's actually nice to start it really slow, just so it gets hot.
Okay.
And then crank the heat, and you get an awesome crust
That
on the
little
top.
crunchy bit.
Yeah, because you know, you've got the extra butter in there.
Right.
So it really helps to tie the whole thing
Oh,
together.
that's so amazing.
So
how's that coming along
it's
there?
coming along, you know, we're
getting there.
We're getting there.
Baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
so
do you
can
find-
see it's starting to just a little bit break
Wonderful.
down.
Here, show the camera right there.
So right
Yeah.
there, it's just starting to soften a touch. At that point, I'm just going to add a little bit more bread, just because there's probably just a little bit too much liquid. Yeah, just like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, do
so-
you find, can you cook that one in the bird if you wanted to?
Sure, yeah.
You could.
There's some fearmongers out there, let's say, that are you know, very much opposed to doing it. But cook your bird properly, treat your bird properly,
Right.
make sure you hit internal temperatures. You have nothing to worry
And you've
about.
got nothing to worry
and
about.
that's why this is probably my favorite, is because it's pork cooked inside a turkey.
Oh.
How do you go
How
wrong?
great is that?
How do
You can't go wrong.
That's perfect.
This
Right.
is so wonderful. Thank you so much for all
Absolutely,
of
my
this stuffing
pleasure.
inspiration. Delicious. I can't wait for the holiday feast. How about you, Andy?